Okay, I think that means we are live. Hello. Hello. My name is Kim Diaz Holm, also called Den Unge Herr Holm, and I make art for free use. So you can download it, you can print it, you can send it to your grandmother or sell it to the school children of your local high school? I don't know. You can do whatever you want with my art as long as you attribute me. And on Thursdays on Draw What, I draw your requests that you have voted for. This will be, I think, the third or fourth time in a row where all the options are from Dragon's Dogma 2, because I'm still obsessed with that game. So that's fun. Hello everyone. First time seeing this amazing intro. Thank you. Can I draw an American bison? Maybe some other time. Probably not today. Love your art. Love the metallic nails. Thank you. Hello from Missouri. Where are everyone located? Maybe you should draw Eldritch J from Murder Drones. I don't know what that is, but that sounds like something that's copyrighted. So I release all my art for free use, so I can't draw copyrighted materials. That's one of the reasons, one of many reasons why I rely so heavily on myth and folklore, is that I need stuff that is free to use. Am I in focus? I'm in focus there, but out of focus there. Okay, so I'll sit a little bit more like that. Germany and USA and Wisconsin, and now my web is hanging. Let us see if... yeah, it looks good. Is the picture good and the sound good and everything good? Midwest. Okay. Let's see if I get some replies for that. And how many do we have watching? Quite a few, seems like. Scotland, Russia, Sweden. Sound and video is fine, excellent. So, good evening, Sir Arisen. Good evening, good Sir Arisen. Yes. In my game, I am not the Arisen, but I made one of the standard RPG characters I usually create for the player character in Dragon's Dogma 2, and then I created myself as a pawn. So if you're playing that, you can search for Den Herr Holm to find my pawn and go questing with him. People have. Netherlands, UK, New York, Germany. Okay, so we are going to be drawing Medusa today. And I thought I would do a variation on my ink monster thing, because I bought some new pens in some new colors. And I thought I would maybe just doodle around with these a little bit while reading the chat, so I can't actually see what I'm doodling now, but I can sort of get a general feel for it, and I will use that as the basis for, hopefully, for making Medusa. I can have a slight idea of what I'm doing. I can even see it delayed on my screen. But I'm not seeing a whole lot of what I'm drawing. I did see a peek there. Oh, I got another piece. Have you heard of Smite? Yeah, I never played Smite. I'm not that deeply into, or not at all into, multiplayer games. I prefer to play single player. There's been a few multiplayer games I've been doing once in a while, but it's very seldom. Favorite DC villain? I mean, probably something basic like the Joker, but not the movie Joker, but okay, now I'm looking at what I'm drawing. Let's start with this. Okay, let's start looking. It's like a speech jammer, but for drawing. Fun idea. Yeah, it's sort of like that. I prefer to play with people I know, so less raging. Yeah. Seagull. I've drawn some seagulls. Tell more about the myth of Medusa. Yeah, so basically, usually before I do these streams, when I know what's going to win the poll, I usually research that an extra bit. But this time, I haven't gotten to do that, so I haven't double checked any of my Medusa knowledge, but I should know a little bit. So the Medusa icons or sculptures or vase paintings seem to be very, very old. So they seem to be older than classical Greece. And the earlier Medusas are often grotesque and more monstrous, and sometimes bearded, which is interesting. And then in Greek mythology, Medusa is often portrayed as the one of the three Gorgon sisters who isn't immortal because she was once a mortal woman who got cursed by one of the gods, often Poseidon. For some sort of illicit behavior. And then in later Roman interpretations, Ovid, I don't know if he comes up with the story or if this was an older story that he presented his version of, because there are so many versions of these myths. But in Ovid's version, Medusa gets raped by Poseidon and is punished for being raped, which is a very Roman thing. But it fits very much with that society, awful as it was. And she is transformed into a Gorgon and becomes sort of a monster. But there is something interesting with her, is that in most of the Medusa myths, there is no account of her going out and turning people to stone, but rather that she turns to stone those who go to either kill her or get her treasures. So it sort of seems like it's not an aggressive villain, and also she was used as I don't know if this was happening before Ovid's time, but at least after Ovid's time, there is some evidence that she was used as sort of a charm or ward to protect women specifically, which is an interesting interpretation, especially with the story of her being a rape victim. Let's read some comments. I know Medusa has the best testament to the gods' envy, as the best testament to the gods' envious nature, but that's the beauty about the Greek pantheon. They're all flawed, yeah. Snakes for hair eliminates a lot of styling needs. It does. It styles itself. Love your vids. Do you support Therians? Maybe. I know too little about Therians. I support people, and you know, people are people no matter what they identify as. And I think it's really interesting that people choose to identify as animals, and I see that also as a part of a kind of long history of people identifying as their animal self all through history, basically. So it's interesting, but I don't know enough about Therians. And if you are a Therian, then do tell me and educate me. I think that's all I can say about that. Onwards about Medusa. The most known myth of Medusa is, of course, her slaying by the hero Perseus. And we usually interpret this, or not interpret, the usual version of this as shown is like in the old Ray Harryhausen movie, where Harry Hamlin is hiding behind his shield and using it to mirror her petrifying gaze back at her. And I'm not sure if that is in the older myths or if that's a much newer invention, but in the oldest myth that I've heard or read, Perseus actually sneaks in while Medusa is sleeping and cuts her head off. So basically Medusa does no harm to anyone except those who trespass on her territory, often to kill her, and for that she gets her head chopped off while she's sleeping. So very, very heroic Perseus. Perseus is a kind of a dirtbag hero. Many of them are, but yeah. Theseus as well. In the game God of War, you can use Medusa's head as a weapon. Yeah, and that's not a new idea, because what happens is, Perseus, let's draw while talking. Don't forget to draw. Perseus chops off her head, and out of her head jumps two beings. One is the Pegasus, the flying horse, and the other is a giant called Chrysaor, something like that. I don't remember the name. And the head he puts in a magic bag, I think, and then it was Athena that gave him the weapons and the magical items that he used to defeat or to murder Medusa in her sleep. So he gives her the head, and you can see this Medusa head on Athena's armor, and that's the basic idea, I think. Before I forget, please send out best regards to your friend whose paintings got stolen. Maria Virus got all her art and art supplies stolen. There is still a crowdfunding campaign to get her tools back. So look through my videos to find that. I absolutely love Ray Harryhausen. I love old school stop motion animation, and yeah, I grew up on stuff like that. Okay, let's continue this here thingamabob. Can you draw my dad loving his children? No, I can't really draw other people like that. I am probably going to draw. I am actually going to draw followers again, but I can't really draw a third party like that. I'm about to go to sleep, but just want to say this is so relaxing and fun at the same time. Excellent, thank you. Do anyone have any questions? Like, have you ever tried to do animation? Very little. I have animated a couple of music videos, very limited animation. I'm toying around with it every now and then, but yeah, super limited. I'm definitely not an animator by heart, but I am toying around with everything. May I offer the streamer and this chat a cookie? Hey, thank you for the cookie. But animation is fascinating, but it's not something that fits my temperament, you could say. Can you draw the Joker or Green Goblin? No, because I release all my art for free use. So I love the Joker and Green Goblin. I'm a Marvel fan, but I release all my art for free use. So you can download it, you can copy it, you can change it, you can even sell it, as long as you cite me as the artist. And that wouldn't be possible with copyrighted works. And I do this because I don't believe copyright is a good idea. I think copyright hurts art, and it hurts culture, and it hurts humanity, really. But yeah, so I would love to do fan art because I'm a fan of so many things, but that's not possible when I want to release my art for free use. What about getting your drawings tattooed? That is so awesome. Many people have gotten my drawings tattooed, and when I get sent examples of that, it is just an amazing feeling to... It's no matter if it's a great tattoo or a really bad tattoo, to see my art on someone's skin is absolutely amazing. So yeah, please tattoo my art. I absolutely love that. I've only seen your shorts before. What is this wonderfully creepy painting? We're doing Medusa. You guys decided, you guys voted for what I should draw, and now I'm drawing it. I decided the options because I'm a little bit too addicted to Dragon's Dogma these days, and it's hard to be here and not to be running around with my merry band of pawns and hunting down chimeras. And I haven't killed a griffin yet, but I'm going to do it soon. What's been your biggest drawing project so far? Project, probably my adaptation of Pickman's model, which came out in 2012. Single drawing, there's a few that have taken months and months, that I'm very proud of as well. So I'm going to do something that will seem a little bit harsh now, but I'm going to fix it with white ink afterwards. Okay. How do you feel about the hilarious Willy Wonka scandal in Glasgow? I love Glasgow. Glasgow is a great city. I've been there, unfortunately, only once, and I absolutely loved it. But the Willy Wonka AI scandal was hilarious, and I think we're going to see much more of those types of things, because AI is a tool that will allow uncreative people to think they are creative, because for someone who doesn't work creatively, it seems like creativity, even though it's actually sort of the opposite. We will see a lot of hilarious examples of schemers and shysters and tricksters and con artists trying to get away with using AI for stuff like that. I forgot to turn off the notifications on my phone, so apologies if you're hearing that. When I sat down, I planned on playing Dragon's Dogma 2, but I saw you beginning the live, and the rest is history. No, go to Dragon's Dogma, that's more important. No, stay with me, please. And also, check out the Patreon, or becoming a YouTube member, so that I can become rich and sit around playing Dragon's Dogma all day. What are your thoughts on Warhammer? I played Warhammer in my teens. That's in the ancient days. I really like the art and a lot of the artists. I mean, people like Karl Kopinski is awesome. Adrian Smith is awesome. So many good artists working on, or having worked on, Warhammer, and I absolutely love that. The lore is funny. The games seem funny, but I haven't played them in a long while. I want to check out the Rogue Trader computer game, because that seemed cool, but I'm also not really good at turn-based things. They made an entire document and everything. Yes, an entire document is almost like... now we're talking about this, the Willy Wonka scam in Glasgow, where the organizers basically made a AI document with AI art examples and some printed out some thingamabobs, and took money for putting on a show and got other people to basically create the interactive experience based on their draft, based on their document, and nothing else. So it was impossible to create. every part of AI art is fake. I will say that I think that the idea that everything with AI art is fake is a very temporary position to be in. First of all, I was convinced that this iteration of AI wouldn't go far before it reached its limitations. I think I was wrong. Having a little bit better understanding of what this AI is, I think we will approach something that is indistinguishable from intelligence and from will and from maybe even from consciousness pretty soon, when we start combining dozens of AIs into one, or hundreds or thousands of AIs into one. And regarding AI art, it is a tool. It's no more than a tool. But we will also see artists integrate it as a tool in their process for very interesting things. We've already seen it starting, and we will see more and more of it. But it is also extremely scary. It will wreak havoc on the special effects industry, on the illustration industry, on the games industry, and it will leave so many talented artists without a job, and it will at the same time create more room for art directors. So if you're a good art director, you probably should be learning about AI right now. Yeah, though I do think that self-aware, actually intelligent AI is far off. I thought so too, but once I started playing around with AI and seeing a little bit of what it can do, and then heard about how they are planning to develop it with putting together what they often call agents of AI, where there's one for the speech and one for memory and one for organizing the memory and one for collecting the memory and one for this and one for that, and they all work together, then this will become a lot more than the individual algorithms, and it will become a lot faster. That's my prediction, and it is extremely scary that we're getting this potential, we're getting this AI while we're still in this, let's call it a post-capitalist hellscape, which means that any technological advancement will be used to cut costs and to cut jobs, and yeah, there's without any plan for what people will do without jobs. And that AI is, the first thing AI is sort of going after is art and music and stuff like that, which are things people enjoy doing. And one of the greatest tricks of capitalism is taking things we enjoy doing, killing them, and then selling them back at a high price, like exercise, like music, like art, like dance, like nature. And AI will be used to speed up that whole lot. We are creating GLaDOS. I think we will wish we created GLaDOS. The cake is a lie. The problem with GLaDOS is that she's too humane. On a lighter note, I want some names for the snakes. They're adorable. Thank you. Yeah, please give them names. I should have gone with something easier to draw than Medusa. Because now I'm getting tired already. It's been a very long day. You should stay live for the next 12 hours. No. I will try to stay live for the next 12 minutes without falling asleep. I had this project which I'm calling Vanity, which is my sort of my bodybuilding project, but I had to put it on hold because I didn't have time for it at this moment because of family issues. So, being a smart person, what I just recently did is, since I'm not training bodybuilding until after summer, what I'm doing instead is, right after summer, I will be running my first marathon. So now I've started my running training, and that is making me tired. David Tennant could be one of the snakes, yes. And Crawley, that's a good name. Fang, good name. Noodle, best name. Noodle is the best name for a noodle snake. This one is called Noodle. Noodle snake. That's how the song goes. A classic song of their sophomore album. And any stress you've gotten from today? No stress, but I'm just tired, and I'm especially tired after I ran like 6.5 kilometers today. Not fast, but I ran it. And I strength trained yesterday, and I just earlier today I was interviewed or talked with by Alan Averill of Primordial for his podcast Agitators Anonymous, and we talked about art and politics and anarchism, and we quarreled about everything because we don't see eye to eye on. We see eye to eye on some things, but very far from each other on other issues. But it was a really wonderful conversation. I'm very excited about what people will say when they hear it, because I haven't gotten that many opportunities to talk about my politics and to try to basically debate someone about politics. And I'm not a debater. I try to create common ground and stuff like that, but it's interesting. Can one be named Python? Of course. What's your favorite HP Lovecraft story? So I think the best HP Lovecraft story, the best Lovecraftian HP Lovecraft story, I think, is without a doubt The Color Out of Space. That is the closest Lovecraft ever got to what he wanted to write. And some days that is my favorite Lovecraft stories. Other days I would say, I mean, I did a reading of Ex Oblivion and What the Moon Brings and Nyarlathotep and Memory, and all of those short stories can be my favorite some days. The music of Eric Sun can be my favorite. Shadow over Innsmouth can be my favorite. Shadow Out of Time is my favorite a lot of the time. I think that is a brilliant tale. Celiphice, so many. It depends on the mood. Snakes with legs, please. No, this is post the fall, so snakes no longer have legs. This is science. Have you heard of an artist called Junji Ito? Yes, fantastic. I haven't read too much of his work. The only book I have of him is a short story collection, which I'm very fond of. So I haven't read any of the longer stuff that he's known for, but really magnificent artist and very weird and scary and wonderful, and it's one of the many artists that I've sort of instantly recognized as this is something that speaks to me specifically, but for some strange reason I've never delved deeply into him. Love the Medusa art, thank you. Worked 11 hours. Ooh, I don't think I can possibly fathom how exhausting your current life can be with the platform. I mean, it's not 11 hours work every day, so I think you win the exhaustion race today. Congratulations, you win the exhaustion race. That's not a good prize to win. Junji Ito's Hellstar Remina is very Lovecraftian. You need to check out him. I've just started watching. This is not related to Junji Ito at all, but it's anime based on the manga. But I think, but I've finally started watching Attack on Titan and enjoying that so far. Very intense show, you could say. And I'm looking forward to many years of checking out manga and anime with my kids the coming many years. The lowest purple snake is called Slingus. That one. Yep, Slingus it is. I'm so tired now. But that's... What's your opinion about the lore behind Medusa's hair? My favorite is that it's a gift to protect her. Yeah, I mean, that's a good... That's an interesting interpretation. I guess I haven't thought about... I tend to think visually about these things. And visually, I absolutely love the idea of snake hair. It's just so time consuming to draw. The lowest yellow one is Blingus. Have you seen Berserk? Too little. So Berserk was really popular around the time I stopped consuming a lot of manga and anime for just random reasons, not because of the manga or anime. So I've only seen and read a little bit of the beginning, but I'm told that there's similarities between some of my stuff and Berserker, although I can't really, there is a lot of manga influence in my art, but I don't really see the Berserk all that much. Have you seen Doctor Who? Yes. My wife loves the newer Doctor Who stuff, and I love it too. It is horror adjacent, so I love that, and it's silly. Snakes attack, snakes protect. Yes, indeed. That sounds like a metal chorus. Snakes attack, snakes protect, snake sick snake in a lake. It went downhill from there. Snake woman. I wonder if she can communicate with her hair or not. Communicate with the individual snakes or use the snakes to communicate to the outside world. Because the latter she definitely can. Might as well be the snakes are constantly in peril, tugging and stretching on Medusa, keeping her awake and in pain. Oof. What's your favorite movie? That depends on the day as well. Some days it can be Dead Man by Jim Jarmusch. Some days it can be Terminator 1 by James Cameron. Some days it can be Top Secret by Zucker and Abrams. Someday it can be Happy Together by Wong Kar-wai. Some days it can be They Live by John Carpenter. Some days it can be basically any Jackie Chan movie. But usually I land on either Terminator 1 or Dead Man. Do you enjoy the work of Neil Adams? Check. Bernie Wrightson? Check. Steranko? Check. Frazetta? Check. Bisley? Check. Ashley Wood? I enjoy Ashley Wood, but that's the only of those artists that I haven't been deeply into at some point. And Miller is, probably my main influence as an artist to this day, which you can probably see in a lot of my work. Nothing against Ashley Wood, I just never... again, one of those artists where I instantly see a affinity, but I haven't gone into his work. But Steranko was really important for me for a while. Neil Adams, not that important, but I have a lot of respect for Neil Adams. Simon Bisley, his Slain comics, I see so much of Bisley in my work still. Bernie Wrightson, definitely whenever I go a little bit more scribbly and more illustratorly. There's a lot of Wrightson in my work. Yeah. But Frank Miller is probably the biggest individual influence, and Simon Bisley is a huge influence as well. I would say that Sam Keith is a huge influence I see a lot of in my art to this day. My snake is white, yellow, and pale pink. Yes. Good for you and your snake. It's better than David Coverdale's White Snake. I like White Snake. It's a terrible name. So I need to find a way to end this because I'm so tired. And I shouldn't have put Medusa on the poll this week. It's my bad, but I shouldn't have done it because I knew it would. It's fun. It's not that it's not fun. It is just. It is. What can I say? If I had chosen a easier thing to draw today, I could probably better interact with you guys and better just chill out and relax and have fun. But you know, the grass is always greener on the other side of the Antarctic. The grass is always greener on the other side of the earth. I hope you never stop drawing. I hope so too. I don't want to stop drawing. I don't understand why people stop drawing. Seems like a stupid thing to do. Drawing is fun. Why would you stop? Should have turned off my notifications. Didn't. Okay, do we have any more questions, or should I just take this pause as an opportunity to plug that you should go to my website and buy merch at denungeherholm.com, and that would help me a lot, and I would really appreciate it. Or you can support on Patreon, patreon.com/kimholm, or you can support by becoming a YouTube member. Now my duty is done advertising for myself. Does being such a stud come easy? It's just natural, I guess. I don't want. I'll buy some. Yeah, please buy merch and buy originals, buy prints. The originals are what we earn the most on, because then, you know, there's no other costs than me. I buy some too. Excellent. Any recommended t-shirts? I like all my t-shirts. I really enjoy Satan Lives is the most bought t-shirt. I really enjoy that one. I also enjoy the bird one. So yeah. The minimalist death one is cool. And of course, make free art or die. I mean, I have put up those designs because I think they're cool. It is print on demand t-shirt, so it is what it is. We will be trying to, if we can earn more, we will be trying to set up more specialized things and use, hopefully someday, do our own printing and stuff. But we don't have the money for that. But I haven't gotten one of my t-shirts on today, but I usually walk around with my t-shirts and I really like them. And I would recommend the coffee mug with Stalin. I have my Stalin coffee mug every morning, and I so enjoy drinking coffee from my capitalist Stalin, or smoking Stalin as it's called in the web shop. I think that is a very funny one, and it looks really good on a coffee mug, and I love that coffee mug. That's my favorite piece of merch that I have, is the Stalin coffee mug. The Arbird coffee mug, also okay. I let my wife drink coffee from that, but the Stalin coffee mug is just for me and for anyone who buys it. I think it's hilarious. I need to do some really cheesy commercials for that one because it fits. Stallone mug, not Stallone. Stalin. Stalin wants you to consume coffee from capitalist cup. Sputnik. Stalin coffee mug, yes. It is my capitalist Stalin drawing, and it's wonderful. And when I did the video, that was on TikTok, when I did the video where I drew the capitalist Stalin, I managed to get hate and even some veiled death threats from both capitalists and communists. So, mission accomplished. Most communists are okay, and many capitalists are mean well, but the keyboard warriors are something else. Hello. Can we get a Gandhi dinner set? That is, I will look into it. Like how it's coming out. Thank you. Are you okay? Yeah. Yeah. Napoleon pepper shakers. I mean, the ideas are great. Keep them coming. We'll do them all. We won't. Us monarchists would never send death threats. No! No monarchists have ever condoned violence. God forbid. God save the Queen and the fascist regime that made you a moron, to quote the poet. This would make an incredible tattoo. Then you are allowed to tattoo it if you want. I will try not to mess it up too much. It's confusing. This video is delayed way more than the chat for me. So I just saw the monarchists. Okay. Yeah, I can't quite... I don't know how this all works. Now I'm trying to model this a little bit more. And that's the point when I'm liable to start ruining this art. So I will try to be super careful and not ruin it too much. Could you take a swing at painting Loki after this one? I've painted Loki many times and I will do so again, but today this will be the only one because I'm tired. This is actually working pretty well. I just need to not do too much and it'll continue working. Doesn't seem that delayed on my side. Good to hear. 5-minute delay for me. Oh, that's bad. Can't be because we started talking about delays less than 5 minutes ago. So I think you're bluffing. Or you're psychic. Either bluffing or psychic. So odds are you're psychic. Any pointers on drawing a partially peeled banana? Yes. Partially peel a banana and draw it. Use reference. Mentally preparing for physical therapy with coffee and weeds. Is there any reason why Medusa is drawn with purple? No. These were colors I had laying around that I hadn't really experimented with. So I wanted to use them. I think she is coming along great right now. I will want to do a little bit like this. And then some ink spatter. Probably some little bit of things like this. Purple is nice, that's why. Yes, that's why. Purple is nice. Start wearing purple, wearing purple. Na 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 na. Start wearing purple for me now. All your... It will all vanish, I tell you. Start wearing purple for me now. Good song. Favorite color? Shock green. Why? I don't know. It's always spoken to me. Really bright greens. I love really bright greens. Why don't I use really bright greens more? Because it's a difficult color, but I love it still. Okay. I think this is as good as this one will get. It's time to sign it. And the date today is 2024 04/18, right? And it is Medusa. Why did I go like that? I don't know. Oh, is it possible to draw horror Mickey Mouse? Yeah, I should really do something with Mickey now that Steamboat Willie is in the public domain. Yeah, okay. I think this was all I could do today. I like how Medusa turned out. And I enjoyed talking with you guys, even though I am very tired. Now I need to go to bed. Before I go, remember all my art is available for free use, so you can use it for whatever you want as long as you put my name on it. And if you think that's a cool idea, find a way to support, like buying stuff from denungeherrholm.com or supporting by becoming a channel member or a patron. Well, look at that. Noodles, Slingus, Bingus, Python, Macaroni, and Rigatoni, and all of the others are finally completed. She looks wonderful. Thank you. Bye-bye. Let's stop.